Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So today, we are talking about Tower of God, Season 1, Episode 8, and there is a lot of trickery at foot in this episode. So still technically on the same level, who knows, we'll get to level 3 at some point, but it seems like this is definitely going to be one of those animes that drags on, or I should say goes on, not drags on, for probably like 400 episodes. I can definitely see this being a very long episode, very long series, I should say, rather. If this does have the 100 floors and we get to all 100 of them. I'm not going to spoil anything from the manga, not that I've been reading the manga, I looked at a little bit into it, but it's going to be a long journey, so hopefully if they do a second season, it'll be more like how My Hero Academia does it, where you get like 24, 25 episodes as opposed to just 13, because if we're only getting 13 episodes a season, we're going to be seeing this show around probably for like the next 10 years is my guess. It's going to, as I said, it's going to be another Naruto, and we'll be here a while. We will definitely be here a while. Anyway, basically it is a game of tag. We start with the A team, did not get to B team at all. It kind of ends with B team just starting out, and the princess, one of the princesses of Jihad, is going to be Team B's leader, and apparently she has some sort of interesting plan. Not a knock, the actual princess of Jihad. So moving on to Team A, basically Kun was the leader for all of it. And he had a plan to his plan to his plan, and there was even a secret hidden plan in there as well, which is kind of funky. So the first initial plan was obviously to just trap the Rancor, have everybody jump him all at once, you know, get his badge, win the game, etc. Don't even have to worry about going through the gate, don't have to plan for going through the gate, go after that. Then he went to option B, we'll call it, which is basically, okay, we can't do it. This is not going to work well. So go to the gate. We all know what we're doing. Have all the spearmen lined up, fishermen lined up. Have all the spear bearers lined up, and basically have all of the attack people, Shinso people, scouts, everybody good to go. So that way, when the Rancor comes through, little red-haired Rancor, as I like to call him, he will get stopped or at least slow down for enough time for a knock to get through the gate. Well, that is also unfortunately not the case, because basically they learned very quick, Kun learned very, very quickly that it is nearly impossible to stop a Rancor, especially at the level they are at currently. We never really got to see a Rancor's true power, and keep in mind, he had restrictions on his Shinso, so he could only use so much during this test, and also, he gave them a handicap. He counted to 111, so he knew the exact amount of time it was going to take for them to get basically to the bridge leading to the gate, before he would go there, and then he just force-speeded it, supersonicked it, Goku instant transmissioned it, whatever you want to call it. He got there in like half a second, just wrecked everybody, and that was basically all she wrote. It looked like they were defeated. However, Kun basically used his kind of tech cube, or Shinso cube, whatever you would like to call it, whatever the proper name is for it, and he used that in order to lower a knock underneath the bridge with her spear, her little fisherman, fishing pole there, whatever you want to call it, in hand, and hide her under the bridge temporarily to try to buy some time to either possibly steal its badge or possibly float her over to the gate while he was distracted. So he said that she jumped off the bridge. She didn't actually jump off the bridge. So the Rancor grabbed onto Kun and said, well, I can survive this because the Rancor is a Rancor. So, I mean, it's a very large fall. But we know that pretty much Kun was just bluffing the entire time, putting on his poker face. And he grabbed him out, and Kun let go of him, pushing him down to the bottom. tricking the ranker and pretty much winning the game, or so we think. Basically, Anak grabs Kun with her fishing pole. They float up to the top. Anak runs to the gate thinking she is about to win. And then, out of freaking nowhere, here comes Mr. Ranker. And we're sitting there thinking there is no possible way that he could have jumped that high, gotten that high up with his limited Shinso in that little amount of time. So what we find out is that Kun actually played a trick. So all of the people that they saw, Kuwabara guy, which I cannot say his name correctly. Actually, I'm not going to butcher it again. Jumpsuit guy, whatever you want to call him. All the people that he signed on a sheet as friends, Kun considered to be part of his team, and he was only concerned with getting them passing, not everybody that was on his team for this particular test. So that's why he purposely lost the game in order to get Bam and a few others to pass as well that were on Team B and need to pass to continue on with the test. So there is a very real possibility that there's only going to be maybe 10-ish people or so moving on to the next level. Still, Rachel is actually on Bam's team, but she is, or Michelle Light, whatever you want to call her. It's Rachel. But she's very distant from him, and we still really haven't gotten the answer as to why she is so distant from Bam. I mean, yeah, they're like, oh, you can't, you care about each other. You're going to be each other's greatest weaknesses. But at the same time, if they work together, they could also be each other's greatest strength. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens with her. If she even ends up passing the test, we have no idea how many points she actually has in order to pass the test. It's all based on a point system, and obviously if you don't have enough points, you're not going to the next level. And that's basically all she wrote for you. No, you don't pass go, no collecting $200, you are done. And that's why all these people on the B team, who they are literally the B team. That's why they're called the B team. They all have a lower amount of points. There's definitely higher stakes for them for losing this test than there was the A team, where most of them, regardless of whether or not they passed this test, would have passed. Jumpsuit guy would have passed, which is surprising. That's what the ranker said. So I am not sure if he's hiding some sort of secret power or are a lot stronger than we think he is. I'm not really sure, because he seems like he's weak. But at the same time, he might just be hiding his strength for further use, doesn't want to show it. The guy that sleeps all the time, Laurel, I actually remembered his name and pronounced it correctly, ha ha ha. He was also one of the ones that helped the ranker get to the top in time. So basically what Kun and he did is they both used their Shinso, pretty much pounded him up to the top, and 9 out of 10, the reason they did that was because they wanted Bam to pass. So they basically said, look, we need you to lose. We'll do this for you and let you win this game if you lose the next game, or something along the lines of that. Or get them to have enough points in order for them to pass. So Kun struck a deal with the ranker, which the other two rankers saw and finally figured out. We're like, oh, he's a lot smarter. We already thought he was really smart. And then it just kind of takes it to that next level, realizing how smart Kun actually is, which is pretty cool, where he made it to everybody on the team. It looked like he tried his best to win, but in reality, he was just losing in a very secretive but graceful way. So that was definitely very interesting. But he also did it, and he planned out all of his teammates, quote unquote, in this way, in very specific roles and ways, hoping that Team B, watching what Team A is doing, will pick up on what they need to do in order to defeat the ranker, or just get to the gate in a timely manner before he does. Because basically we've learned that the rankers are super OP. It takes a lot to get to the top of the tower, no matter how dumb the person acts, no matter how I don't know, how the rank of each ranker. I'm assuming some are, the king of jihad obviously is the OG. He's the top. He's the guy on the top tier. But considering the rest of them have like a specific rank, but we haven't really seen what specific rank is to what specific ranker yet, which we probably will get a list at some point in time, or kind of a breakdown in one of these test levels or something like that, where they're probably going to end up studying all of the past rankers and their abilities to kind of learn from them. I am assuming that might happen, but I don't really know. Moving forward, what I think is going to happen, most likely the ranker is going to purposely lose the test because he passed the first one, or give them an even bigger handicap, whatever Kuhn struck a deal with him with. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that next episode. Bam is going to get to the next floor. Rachel's probably going to get to the next floor. Princess Jihad there is probably getting to the next floor. And everybody in Kuhn's team, 9 out of 10, getting to the next floor. And so a lot of these no-name characters that we don't really know who they are. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with them. Ho, I'm not really sure what's happening with them. We got a little bit of the... Friggin' too many damn characters to remember. I'm sorry, people of YouTube. Girl with a knife that tried to stab cool jumpsuit guy in one of the previous tests. We learned that she was basically a bandit, and that one of the rankers caught her and her group, killed everybody in the group besides her, and that the King of Jihad, basically, or the god, I should say, one of the gods, Rabbit God, we'll call him, because I'm forgetting his name too. Oh my god, so many names! So many names. I know you're going to wreck me in the comments for this. We saw him in the first episode, guy that is voiced also by Jiraiya. He basically invites her to the tower, and now she feels like she's not good enough because she sees all these other people that are a lot stronger than her. So I'm wondering what is going to happen with Ho. Ho seems like either going to transform into some crazy demon thing, perhaps, or possibly going to kill some teammates. I'm not really sure. He seems kind of sneaky right now. I'm sure we'll definitely see in the episodes to come. But other than that, that's pretty much all she wrote for this episode. I'm looking forward to next episode, and I'm hoping that future seasons of this, which I'm almost guaranteeing you now that there will be a second season, will be longer, because we have a very, very long way to go in this anime, and 13 episodes in one season is nowhere near enough. Hell, we can probably get 50 episodes in one season, and it would still take 10 years for this thing to go on. It's going to be a long but interesting ride. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.